morning and welcome to Monday's edition of Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matters to the state, issues that concern the state, sensitive issue as of that matter. Now, I think something happened in the course of the week that was it was so daring, and I had a lot of people talking about it, and I also had a lot of people, drawing my attention to it. Now, it's very common when political officials set rules. It's very common when they set rules. But the only challenge we face here is them abiding by the rules. Now, what am I trying to say, or what am I talking about? It wasn't too long. President Mahama brought out a directive that no appointee that he has chosen to come and work under his administration should not be seen accepting a sum of money, and as well should not be seen, dashing out a sum of money. And even if you are to receive an amount of money, you should come and make it known, declare it, for them to know that yes, this is what you have in your possession. So that at the end of the term, if someone is raising an allegation, you can stand to back yourself. Now, in the course of the weekend, we saw Sammy Gyamfi, who is the acting chief executive officer of the Ghana Gold Board, in a viral video handing over an undisclosed sum of money. Some are saying US dollars, to evangelists or former fetish priestess, now evangelist, Patricia Oduro-Cranton, known as Agradaa. And this has brought out a lot of speculation, people talking about this and calling onto the government, the president. You should take note about that. And the chief of staff, Julius Deborah, has also summoned Sammy Gyamfi, attached to a viral video image showing him handing over undisclosed sum of money, reportedly in US dollars, to evangelist and former fetish priestess Patricia Oduro-Cranton. So sources at the Jubilee House confirmed that Sammy Gyamfi has been asked to appear before the chief of staff to explain the circumstances surrounding the transaction, which has sparked widespread public criticism and raised concerns over the ethical conduct of public officials. So Sammy Gyamfi is expected to appear before the chief of house and then explain as to why he was seen in a video dashing out money to Agradaa, or the former fetish priestess, now an evangelist. And you see, this was something that the government spoke about. This was a directive that has to be complied and abide by all the appointees of this current administration. Now, how does it feel like as a leader when you set rules and then the people who are supposed to abide by those rules, that's a different thing. How does it feel like? One, you feel as if you're unserious. And two, it also feel as if you don't know what you are doing. Because if the president should set a rule and the appointees are supposed to follow, and this is a president who said that his administration will be accountable, his administration will be transparent, and his administration will ensure that they don't do worse of what the previous government has done. And this same president has promised that they will ensure that the things they feel like the previous administration couldn't do right, they will write it in their administration. And a directive have been set. And then as an appointee, you are seen doing this. Not even behind camera. This was done in camera, and it was going viral. And what sort of signal is it putting out there? It will be very sad if he appears before the committee, he explained the reason why, he did that, of which I saw in a video And I saw in an article where he said the woman asked for, money for fuel. And even if someone is asking for money, someone is asking for fuel, money for fuel, are you supposed to do this and viral for everyone to see that this is what you are doing? Once you know that this is something that has been set down by a leader you follow, a leader you work under. And then one thing it tells us is, for me, I feel like, as I said, and I will always say it, that all politicians are the same. And it's very sad that you set a rule and then instead of you to abide by it. When this rule was set, it wasn't even up to a week or a month. Even months, I'm going too far. Let me say it wasn't even up to 3 or 4 days. And this is happening. What information is it putting out there? Have you sat down to ask yourself, the kind of picture you are painting in the minds of the ordinary Ghanaians pertaining your administration? And you see, we will be very sad if at the end of the day this get to I don't know whether they'll come up with a committee, because this is something that has been so common in this country. It will be very sad if at the end of the day we don't get to hear or see any vivid outcome of this whole issue. Because it was stated clearly that anyone who goes or anyone who doesn't go accordingly to the directive will face the law. So, since no one is above the law, and since it has been clearly stated that this is a directive every appointee is supposed to follow, and then one way or the other, you've not done accordingly, then I think the right thing should be done. And just as every other citizen is expecting, we wish to see the end of this, and it should be positive. That's what we are calling for. If not that, then trust me, then I would say that this administration is not serious. If at the end of the day, this issue doesn't get anywhere, and then we didn't get to see or hear the head and the tail of this whole issue, then it means the administration is not serious. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.